The visitor profiles for Ifat, we get visitors from the government, the public utility, that is the Jal Board, the water authorities, union local bodies, like I mentioned already, pollution control boards, the regulators, and various industries from chemical, pharma, textile, food and beverages. So what you can expect at Ifat India 2022, that's coming out in September.
Is Mohan Kumar from Paris, India. Is Sanjay Ravi Kumar from Toronto. And finally, Ms. Aditi from Iswa. Thanks so much.
Have changed the angle a little bit. You can see there is a little bit of evidence of open burning happening there. So the waste has been openly burned, which actually has tremendously harmful effects on people's health. I'm not going to go into it because I want the panelists to have the word today. And it has also severe environmental impacts. Of course, it's leading to black carbon emissions, which is a powerful greenhouse gas. So, not going to delve on the topic of open burning and dumping, but just quickly to say, why does this happen? I mean, people are doing this for a reason. It's widely practiced along the global south.
And now we move to the main course of the event. Without further delay, I take this opportunity to welcome our panelists for today's session. And while I do that, ladies and gentlemen, I request you to join your hands together. So I start with Mr. Syed Khaja, Senior Environmental Officer, Karnataka State Pollution Control Board.
I'm sure many of you who know about Bangalore, where you get stuck in the roads. See, when you talk about myself, my name is Syed Khaja. I have done my master's in environmental engineering from Bangalore. Then I have been working with the Karnataka State Pollution Control Board from 92 onwards. In between for about 10.5 years, I was officer on special duty to 5 chief ministers. Again, I am back to the Pollution Control Board. And I am also the technical advisor to the BBMP on solid waste management.
Here, my name is Vilma Rodriguez and I am representing Sahas Zero Waste. So Sahas has been around for quite some time, and there's been, experience, or rather my journey in waste began almost 20 plus years when the first solid waste management rules came out in 2000 and we set up Sahas as an NGO at that time in 2001. But the fact is that we really need waste to be looked at as a resource. So the whole idea about moving waste into a resource is what led us also to start and to initiate a business model around waste management. So in 2013, we had the second entity of Sahas come up as a business model.
Only 20% is being recycled or treated. That still 50% is going just on the dump yards, which are full and out of capacity, and we are not able to find the new dump yards. So the waste that we have on these dump yards, we said that majorly our waste constitutes of majorly is food waste, and then we have some amount of plastic, paper, CND waste, and anything XYZ. One thing is that in our waste, what we have, we don't have very high valuable.
Like you and me, shareholders, delivery partners, restaurant partners, the environment, society and government. How Zomato works, just very briefly, because sometimes we do have to establish this, even though you might have used the app multiple times, is that once an order is placed, it gets relayed to a restaurant, and the restaurant will prepare food and pack the order at the restaurant. So typically packaging is a choice that restaurants make. based on cuisine, based on budget, based on their preference. Sometimes there are restaurants that have taken a stance that we will be eco-friendly and we will only use biodegradable packaging. But very often the restaurant sector, and I'll come to it later, might choose options that are more convenient to store, that can be stored for a long period of time, etc.
It's a pleasure to be here. So thank you to the Ifat team for partnering once again, and thank you to the panelists for being here today. Before I go into the topic of today's discussion, let me quickly tell you a little bit about ISWA. So ISWA, or the International Solid Waste Association, is the world's leading network promoting sustainable and sound waste management globally. And we work with countries, local governments, national governments, and so on to promote sustainable waste management and also encourage a transition to a circular economy. And we have members from over 110 countries. I don't know if the colors are right on that screen, but the light blue shaded colors are where we are present currently. And we are a membership-based organization, so you can find out a lot more about us on our website, which is on the slide that you see.